That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
You know that GIF on Twitter where the GIF on Twitter where the little boy runs into the kitchen and then sees something and is spooked and then runs back down the hallway?
Yes.
That was me walking right into the Daffy Duck controversy. I feel like
you missed
into
yesterday's chicken controversy. That's entirely different. This was a cartoon duck controversy. Okay. The point is, when I see you in DC, when we go for our bike ride, I'm going to wrap myself around you and say, mine, oh mine. Bob Cesca, mine. Okay.
That'll be great. It's a great way to train. People should try that. It's the Yoda technique, right?
You're going to bike ride. I'm going to be just, strapped to you. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do that.
All right.
That'll be fun.
Well, we're the same person.
and not at all weird.
We're the same person as you retweeted. President Biden just announced the FDA has cleared the way for hearing aids to be sold over the counter without a prescription to adults. And you said just in time for me and Stephanie Miller, right?
What?
Wait, what?
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 You and I, don't you think, right before we go into the old person radio home, you and I will host a show that will just consist entirely of this?
What?
Just
Yes. What? Kimberly's already aware of that show because I do that show every day. Mm-hmm. I'll be standing in the kitchen if the water faucet is on, if the sink is turned on in the kitchen and she's talking to me, it's just like
exactly.
I hear nothing. It's a loud.
You know what? It'll be a perfect show for other old people like us because we will have to repeat everything to each other, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I wanted to hear that again. I couldn't hear what he said anyway." Mm-hmm. Okay.
People don't understand. You keep your headphones loud so you don't have to strain your voice for 3 hours. Right. That's kind of the key to all of it. And then you get used to it, and then it's got to be louder and louder and louder. It's like it's like cocaine, Stephanie.
Yes.
Except for your ears.
Yes. Your headphones. Correct.
I keep my headphones loud because I hear the nuances of all the levels that need to be,
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah. By the way, and so many people who do podcasting don't realize that.
Exactly.
Speaking of cocaine, you have named Don and Eric's radio show that they will eventually do that will be the competition for the Bob and Stephanie show. And it is Cokie and Gummy. I like that. I like the Cokie and Gummy show.
That's coming right up after Bitchy and Fisty in the morning.
The right-wing radio stations are going to be lit.
Speaking of fisty, did you see the video that Don Jr. shared today? It was like a whole compilation of Donald Trump doing that weird dance that he does that looks like it should be in a Pornhub category of its own.
Yeah, the double handy J's.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right,
it was a whole bunch of that.
Right next to the begging category.
And do they not know? Do they not see that? We always complain about Democratic messaging. But look at the Republican messaging. Don Jr. is sharing a video of his dad pretending to do something that, I don't know, it just doesn't, I don't think they realize what it looks like.
Here, give me 18. Let's do a little, this is a little of the Gummy and Cokie show. Here we go. Okay. And Eric being Gummy will be helpful for getting the Coke off there. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, last night I had an argument between two people in a restaurant who are trying to buy Laura and I dinner to apologize to what for what the United States government has done to our family, Sean. I mean, you wouldn't believe the energy out there.
Oh my God.
Okay, I don't, probably a lie, but still.
Amazing.
Or were there some a-holes that really want to buy the biggest
it's the same ones
family?
Who show up. Yeah, they're always at a coffee shop where Jack Posobiec is. And when Jack Posobiec has to tweet, I just heard a couple of liberals saying they're not going to vote for Joe Biden next time.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the perpetual off-the-shelf tweet that they always throw out there to troll us. And here we are. And here we are.
I need to know who the people are that want to buy Eric and whoever. How long would it take Eric to gum a steak, by the way? That would be a long time.
That would be a long time. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, here's Cokie from the Gummy and Cokie show, Don Jr. Here we go.
My father says that he would have given them what they wanted had they done this, but no. They needed the FBI hostage rescue team, the HRT, their elite tactical unit, and 30-something agents to show up to my father's home, where they then wouldn't allow or didn't want any lawyers present, right? Because I'm sure, given all of the examples of totally above-board stuff that the FBI does, that's totally great, right? Like, I don't know, if I'm the FBI, you want someone's lawyer there so that there can be no other claims later on. But, honestly, they don't care.
Oh, man.
Wow. Hey, Eric, do you have any more Coke on your gum? Hang on a second. Let me get that. Wow. That's the Cokie and Gummy show, everybody. Bob, this
you know
is,
what?
this is what
I'm
my
still
life
trying
is like. I turned my mic off to say slide whistle. That's what I said to him, so that would be ready for the gummy and coke.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why Don Jr. always has to wear earbuds while he's talking into a video camera.
Yes.
There's no one apparently he's talking to. He's not on a Zoom call. He's just there, and I'm wondering what that's all about.
Always coked up and screaming,
And,
allegedly.
Yeah, and someone needs to say something about his voice. He just needs to take it down. Joe Biden, it gets up into the Glavin lady, Biden, it's doing the thing, guys.
You guys, I haven't had like a nasal membrane since 1987, you guys. So I get, hey guys, does anybody have an extra nasal membrane? Okay.
Oh man, don't do drugs, kids.
Okay. By the way, our friend Cliff Schechter said, who's the trashiest family in America, the Trumps, the Palins, or the Boeberts? And you said Fifth Avenue Clampets by a mile. So you went with Trumps. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so. Hal Sparks and I had that long conversation about how trashy the Trumps really are. I mean, just tacky, nouveau riche.
Yeah.
I was looking at pictures of the interior of Mar-a-Lago. Have you seen the inside of Mar-a-Lago?
Yes.
You know, it looks like a mausoleum. It looks like, oh my God. It's kind of like his penthouse at Trump Tower. Everything is plated in gold. It looks like it smells like cigars and Drakkar Noir or something.
God.
It looks like a nightmare and looks nothing like you would expect the inside of a place in Florida, in Palm Beach, to look like. It's like you're entering a different world.
It
where
looks like, from the outside, it looks like it should be like
taste.
From the outside, it looks like it should be pastel Mediterranean. It's not.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's not at all. There's no windows. It's windowless in there.
Wow.
I didn't think we would be back to Drakkar Noir.
Well,
which is the cologne that Dr. Furrier wears, and also Dr. Hafar.
Dr. Furrier.
Okay.
It's all right.
And by the way, I think he's going to designate the basement as a skiff. At some point, the excuse is going to be, I declared the basement of Mar-a-Lago to be a skiff where you can look at classified documents.
Oh my
That's
God.
not how skiffs work.
Yeah. Don't you love how John Bolton is like, yeah, that's Bolton. There's no declassification order.
It's right.
Yes. Okay.
You know, the entrance is right next to the prime rib bar, like most skiffs.
Yes, you tweeted, I'm constantly baffled by these goons who are willing to ruin their lives and reputations in defense of a clown like Trump. I mean, who is going down? Oh, I was going to say, who's going down next, Lindsay? And I didn't even mean that. That just came out like that.
See also Don Jr. video. Yeah.
The betting here is that Rudy's going to flip. What do you think? I mean, he can't find a new lawyer for this espionage because, first of all of his old lawyers have either gone to jail or are on their way to jail. Right, he doesn't pay them, and so I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think he'll do what's in his own best interest. He hasn't so far. I mean, since September 11th, 2001, the day after, let's say September 12th, 2001, Rudy has made all the worst choices.
Yeah.
Just everything that he's done since then has been a disaster for Rudy Giuliani. And so I see no possibility of him flipping or turning against Trump. He's going to keep leaning into his own legal disaster in this case.
Wow.
And, you know, that it's such a good point that I don't understand why these guys are sacrificing their lives and reputations in defense of this clown. It seems like if it was someone who was virtuous and someone who had some form of charisma that supersedes normal people and just someone you could really wrap your heart around. But no, it's Donald Trump. It's the Celebrity Apprentice guy. It's the same clown we've been watching for 30 years in New York.
Even Tucker Carlson said yesterday he's going to be indicted. I mean, they're preparing their base for the inevitable, for why that's still a witch hunt or a hoax or whatever they're going to say. Oh, here's Rudy being a drama queen yesterday.
You said something before, in third world countries and banana republics, they arrest the former opponent,
all the time.
They kill them.
They kill them, they arrest them, they put their families in jail.
Donald Trump should be in any fear of the deepest of the deep state, maybe killing him?
I do.
Well,
I do.
Putting him in jail.
In many different ways, I do. I mean, the amount of hatred generated toward him is the kind of hatred we worry about that would set off a sick person.
Ah, okay. And then he went on to say.
Yeah.
If there is anything to the fact that hatred can set off sick people,
I agree.
There's no one where more hatred has been generated by the mainstream media Who do they hate more than Donald Trump? They display it at Emmy Awards. They display
Everywhere.
it at everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So January 6th
the fact that he's an unforgivable bully is a big reason why I think so many people hate him. And then you start the list from there and keep going down
Traitor.
of all the things. There's nothing redemptive about Donald Trump. And I don't say this as a partisan. I say this objectively. Donald Trump represents all the things that when we were kids, our parents told us not to be.
Yes.
I mean, it literally everything on that list. And yet he's this hero to 74 million Americans that continues to baffle me. And clearly, based on the results in Wyoming, it's enough to win elections still.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying.
On the Republican side,
why we're doing all these things because he is who he is. It's not like we've just eeny, meeny, miny, mowed into Donald Trump and now we're just going to go after him. There are very specific reasons why this is happening. And I'm sick and tired of being constantly gaslit by these guys who are, every time something happens to Donald Trump, they're like, who, us? What?
Yeah.
He didn't do what?
I mean,
what are you talking about? He's a good guy.
In the Washington Post, Trump is rushing to hire seasoned lawyers. He keeps hearing no. His current legal team includes a Florida insurance lawyer who's never had a federal case, a past general counsel for a parking garage company, and a former host at far-right One America News. That's who he's, because all of his attorneys are either went to jail or are on their way, and he doesn't pay them. So, you know.
Why would anybody want to work for him?
Right.
Yeah, and that's just it, because they know they're not going to get paid, first of all. He's at the point now where he's starting to get, George Carlin has this great joke about doctors. He said, somewhere out there's the worst doctor in the country, someone who graduated the last of their class and has no business being in the medical profession, and they're about to see a patient right now.
Yeah.
And that applies, I think, to Donald Trump and lawyers. He's down to like the back of the telephone book, hitting that, the Better Call Saul kind of lawyers, the criminal lawyers, as they say in Breaking Bad. Yeah. That's what Donald Trump is down to. And good luck with that. Good luck with anyone who jumps into Donald Trump's orbit at this point.
Yeah.
Because you're just jumping right onto the Titanic as it's... Did I just say Titanic?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
I think I just said
we were just going
to...
you meant Trump-tanic. I've already said Trump-tanic this morning because I don't know...
going down.
I don't know where you end and I begin. And also, speaking of the bodily fluids, the show fluids that we've been exchanging since 19...
Yes.
Whatever. We are finally at the Breaking Bad... that he can't keep getting away with this. He finally can't he can't keep getting away with this.
No.
I think even Fox News acknowledging he will
He can't keep getting away with this.
Yes.
He can't keep getting away with it.
Okay. So that's finally come true too. And you know what else is true?
Right.
Although you belong to the world, Bob Cesca, and you belong to America, you're mine, all mine.
Mine, yeah.
Mine,
Don't
all
let
mine.
Kimberly.
It's mine, you understand? Mine, all mine. Get back in there. Down, down, down. Go, go, go. Mine.
That's me stuffing Kimberly into an ice cube tray.
It's so close, though, to his confession about the documents. They're mine. They belong to me.
Oh, my God.
That's
right?
what he thinks.
They're not yours. They're mine.
I mean, not only does it show that he's aware of what he's doing, but it also tells me that he'd be perfectly willing to sell them, to trade them, to say, hey, look, check out what I have. Look at this document that used to be classified. Now you can see it. Oh, here's a Xerox copy as a parting gift for your stay at Mar-a-Lago.
I gotta say,
congratulations.
I'm obviously happy what Merrick Garland has done, but this latest story about how long he deliberated, I'm like, I think he's probably already sold them. Don't you? I'm like, what? Yeah. There was so much deference shown to him and so much caution in this that I'm afraid what's already happened. It's our nuclear secrets. You'd think there would have been more urgency, no?
Yeah. And shocking that someone who's a professional in this realm actually took his time with something and thought about the ramifications and what that might mean for the country, what it might mean for the people who support Donald Trump or the people who don't support Donald Trump. Merrick Garland represents what leadership should be in American politics. Not flashy. There's no celebrity element to it. He's a soft-spoken guy who uses the law like his the big stick.
Except this
that,
isn't like
Teddy
any
Roosevelt's
other
talking about,
former president, Bob. He's been a lifelong criminal and traitor. He's just like, you can't. I just feel like the word unprecedented we've used it unprecedented a number of times, and it's not even relevant anymore. I think you can't proceed with him because he's not like any other, human, even not just president.
Right. Yeah. Well, he's going to exploit his supporters to get him out of this because he knows that the Justice Department will only go so far before they run up against just his fanboys and militias just going bananas and retaliating. I mean, we saw a little bit of that in the past couple of weeks, but I think if there's an indictment and if Donald Trump is convicted, oh my God, I don't mean to get ahead of ourselves, but they're going to go inchoately bananas.
And you know what I say to that? Them. Okay.
Yes. But it's a consideration when you're the Attorney General looking at that possibility.
That's true. We've gone long because that's what I do with you. I'm sorry. Okay. I meant to say in honor of Dick Cheney and his daughter, I meant to say they can go themselves with the ice planet Hoth.
Yes.
Okay. Without lube.
No, with no lube. Sideways.
Thank you.
Wow.
All
okay.
Right. All right. Love you, Bob.
Thank you. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bob Cesca Show.
Bob Cesca Show. It's mine. But you can listen too.
Ow.